गणराज गया।
मूषक वाहन त्रिशूल
परशुधर
चंदन धर विशाल।
मूषक वाहन त्रिशूल परशुधर
चंदन धर विशाल। ब्रह्मा विष्णु रावत तुमको
अर्चन पुतरा बाल। नमामि श्री गणराज गयान। नमामि श्री गणराज गयान। करत हो वतन का प्रतिपाल। करत हो वतन का प्रतिपाल। नमामि श्री गणराज गयान। नमामि श्री गणराज गयान। नमामि श्री गणराज गयान।
జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఈ ప్రాతకాల సామూహిక ధ్యానానికి ఆన్లైన్ మాధ్యమంగా సంసిద్ధులుగా ఉన్నటువంటి పుణ్యాత్మలైన యోగిని యోగులందరికీ స్వాగతం. అందరికీ శుభోదయం అండి. ముందుగా మనము మన ఎదుట ఉన్నటువంటి పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీకి రెండు చేతులు జోడించి శిరస్సు వంచి నమస్కరిద్దాము. అమ్మని విధంగా ప్రార్థన చేద్దాము. ప్రాతః నమామి హృది సంస్పృదాత్మతత్వం సచ్చ चित् सुखं परमहंस गतिं तुरीयम् यत् स्वप्न जाग्रर सुषुप्तिमवैति नित्यम् तत् ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः। సామూహికంగా కుండల్ని ఉత్థానపరుచుకుని బంధం తీసుకుందాం. చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారం మీద ఉంచుకుని 2 చేతులు వడిలో ఉంచుకుని 3 మహామంత్రాలు మరియు గణేష్ మంత్ర తీసుకుందాం.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री
మూడు మహామంత్రాలు తీసుకున్నాక మనలో పెరిగినటువంటి చైతన్యాన్ని కొద్ది క్షణాలు అనుభూతి చెందుదాము. శ్రీమాతాజీ దయ ఉంచి మాలోని అరిషడ్ వర్గాలను తొలగించి మాకు పరిపూర్ణమైనటువంటి నమ్రతను ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. శ్రీమాతాజీ మీ బిడ్డలమైన మా యందు దయ ఉంచి మా హృదయంలోనికి రండి తల్లి. అమ్మా మా హృదయ కమల సింహాసనాన్ని అధిష్ఠించండి తల్లి. శ్రీమాతాజీ మీ దివ్య శ్రీ చరణాలను మా హృదయ కమలంపై సేదదీరనివ్వండి తల్లి. శ్రీమాతాజీకి భావనాత్మకంగా హృదయంలో నమస్కరించి, శ్రీమాతాజీ మా వల్ల తెలిసి తెలియక జరిగిన అపరాధాలన్నింటినీ మన్నించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా మాకు ఇబ్బంది కలిగించిన వారిని కూడా దయతో మన్నించండి అమ్మా. చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారం మీదే ఉంచుకుని, రెండు చేతులు ఒడిలో ఉంచుకుని, పెన్ను నిటారుగా ఉంచుకుని, తలను కొంచెం ముందరికి ఉంచుకుని, కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మనం గమనించుకుందాము. మన ఆలోచనలను గమనిద్దాము. ఇలా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మన ఆలోచనలు నెమ్మది నెమ్మదిగా తగ్గి మనము ఆలోచన రహితమైనటువంటి స్థితిలోకి వెడతాము. మనలో ఎప్పుడైతే ఆలోచన రహితమైనటువంటి స్థితి నెలకొంటుందో మనలోని కుండలిని మాత మన యొక్క కనెక్షన్ని దృఢపరుస్తుంది. శ్రీమాతాజీ ఈరోజు మీ బిడ్డలమైన మేమంతా అప్రయత్నం ధ్యానం ద్వారా, ఎఫర్ట్లెస్ మెడిటేషన్ ద్వారా ధ్యానంలోకి వెళ్ళాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాం తల్లి. అమ్మా దయ ఉంచి మాకు అనుమతిని ప్రసాదించండి. మమ్మలను ధ్యానంలోకి తీసుకువెళ్ళండి తల్లి. శ్రీమాతాజీ సర్వము చేసేది చేయించేది మీరేనమ్మా. మేము కేవలము మీ ఎదుట చేతులు చాచి మిమ్మల్ని ప్రార్థిస్తున్నాం అంతే తల్లి. ఏ విధమైన ఆలోచనలు లేకుండా, ఏ విధమైనటువంటి ప్రార్థనలు చేయకుండా, మంత్రాలు ఏమి ఉచ్చరించకుండా, ఏ విధమైన ధ్యాన క్రియలు ప్రక్రియలు చేయకుండా, కేవలము రెండు చేతులు శ్రీమాతాజీ వైపు ఉంచి దైవశక్తి నుంచి వస్తున్నటువంటి చైతన్యాన్ని ఆస్వాదిస్తూ దైవశక్తి యొక్క ఆశీర్వచనాల కోసం సంసిద్ధంగా ఉందాము. మన రెండు చేతులు తెరిచి అమ్మ ఎదుట కూర్చోవడమే మంత్రము. శ్రీమాతాజీ ఎప్పుడూ చెప్తూ ఉంటారు, ఎక్స్పోజ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ టు గాడ్స్ గ్రేస్ అని. దైవశక్తి నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి శక్తిని, చైతన్యాన్ని ఆశీర్వచనాలని ఆస్వాదించడానికి సంపూర్ణమైనటువంటి సంసిద్ధ స్థితిలో అమ్మ ఎదుట కూర్చునుందాము. ఎవరి హృదయంలో ప్రేమ ఉంటుందో వారి సహస్రారాల్లో నేను విరాజమానమవుతానని శ్రీమాతాజీ చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. అందువల్ల మనం ఎప్పుడూ కూడా మన హృదయంలో శ్రీమాతాజీ పట్ల, తోటి సహజయోగుల పట్ల మనం ప్రేమను కలిగి ఉండాలి. దాన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరుచుకుంటూ ఉండాలి. మనందరికీ కూడా సమస్యలు ఉంటాయి. మన సమస్యల్ని అధిగమించేటువంటి శక్తి మనలో ఉండదు. కేవలము అది దైవశక్తి ద్వారా మాత్రమే మన యొక్క సమస్యలన్నీ కూడా పరిష్కరించబడతాయి. ధ్యానం ద్వారా దైవశక్తి యొక్క అనుగ్రహంతో మన యొక్క సమస్యలన్నీ కూడా పరిష్కరించబడతాయి. ఏ విధంగా అయితే సూర్యోదయం అయినప్పుడు చీకటంతా తొలగిపోయి సూర్య తేజస్సు ప్రకృతి అంతటా కూడా మూలమూలలా వ్యాపిస్తుందో, సూర్యరశ్మి యొక్క శక్తి సర్వ ప్రాణికోట్లో ప్రవహిస్తూ ఉంటుందో, ఆ విధంగా మనలో ఉన్నటువంటి కుండలిని శక్తి జాగృతం చెంది మనలోని చక్రాలన్నింటినీ దాటుతూ సహస్రారాన్ని, బ్రహ్మరంధ్రాన్ని ఛేదించుకుని సర్వవ్యాపిత శక్తి, భగవంతుని యొక్క ప్రేమ శక్తి, ఆదిశక్తి యొక్క శక్తి అయినటువంటి పరమ చైతన్య శక్తితో, బ్రహ్మ చైతన్య శక్తితో మనని అనుసంధానం చేసి మనకి యోగ స్థితిని ప్రసాదిస్తుంది. ఈ స్థితిలో మన ఆత్మ సంపూర్ణంగా ప్రకాశవంతం అవుతుంది. ఈ ఆత్మ యొక్క ప్రకాశం మన శరీరం అంతటా, మన బ్రెయిన్లో అంతటా కూడా వ్యాపిస్తుంది. మన వేళ్ల కొనల నుంచి పరమ చైతన్యం మన నరాల ద్వారా లోపలికి ప్రవేశించి మనలో జాగృతి జరుగుతుంది. ఈ కారణం వల్లనే సహజయోగాన్ని మహాయోగం అంటారు. అంతా దానంతటదే జరుగుతుంది. ఏ విధమైనటువంటి మన యొక్క ప్రమేయం లేకుండా అప్రయత్నంగా అంతా దానంతటదే జరుగుతుంది, స్పాంటేనియస్గా. మన సహస్రారం మీద చక్కటి స్థితి నెలకొంది. శ్రీమాతాజీ ఎప్పుడూ చెప్తూ ఉంటారు, మనం ధ్యానంలో ఎక్కువసేపు ఉండాలి అంటే కనుక శ్రీమాతాజీ మీద మన చిత్తాన్ని ఉంచమని, శ్రీమాతాజీ యొక్క కుండలిని మీద మన చిత్తాన్ని ఉంచమని చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. అమ్మ యొక్క కుండలిని అమ్మ యొక్క సహస్రారం మీద ఉంటుంది. అమ్మ యొక్క సహస్రారం మీద మన చిత్తాన్ని ఉంచి హే ఆది కుండలిని మా, దయ ఉంచి మమ్మల్ని ధ్యానంలోకి తీసుకువెళ్ళండి తల్లి. హే ఆది కుండలిని మా, మమ్ములను ధ్యానంలోకి తీసుకువెళ్ళండి. మమ్ములను నిర్విచార స్థితిలో స్థిరపరచండి తల్లి. నెమ్మదిగా చిత్తాన్ని మన సహస్రారం మీదకి తీసుకొద్దాము. ఎటువంటి అలసత్వము లేకుండా కంప్లీట్ అలర్ట్నెస్తో ఉందాము. ఇంకా ఎవరికైనా ఆలోచనలు ఉంటే ఆలోచనలు నమ్మట వెళ్ళిపోకుండా ఆలోచనని జస్ట్ గమనిస్తూ ఉందాము. గమనించడం ద్వారా ఆలోచన రహిత స్థితిలోకి చేరుకోగలుగుతాం. మళ్ళీను చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారం పైకి తీసుకువెడదాము. ఇంకా పైకి తీసుకువెళ్దాము. ఇంకా పైకి, మరింత పైకి తీసుకువెడదాము. మేఘాలంత ఎత్తు వరకు మన యొక్క చిత్తాన్ని తీసుకువెడదాము. మనలో ఆలోచనలు లేనప్పుడు చిత్తము చాలా సులభంగా పైకి తీసుకువెళ్ళగలుగుతాము. అక్కడ మన చిత్తాన్ని నిలిపి 3 సార్లు ఓంకారం ఉచ్చరిద్దాము. ఓం. 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 శ్రీమాతాజీ దయ ఉంచి యావత్ భారతదేశంలో ఉన్నటువంటి భారతీయులందరికీ శుభం జరిగేటట్టు భారతదేశంలో ప్రేమరాజ్య స్థాపన జరిగేటట్టు అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. ఇంకా చిత్తాన్ని ఇంకా పైకి తీసుకువెడదాము. ఎంత పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళగలుగుతామో అంతవరకు తీసుకెళ్ళి అక్కడ చిత్తాన్ని నిలిపి శ్రీమాతాజీ యావత్ ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్నటువంటి మానవాళి అందరికీ కూడా శుభం జరిగేటట్టు, అందరికీ మంచి జరిగేటట్టు, ప్రపంచమంతటా ప్రేమరాజ్య స్థాపన జరిగేటట్టు ఆశీర్వదించండి తల్లి. చిత్తాన్ని నెమ్మదిగా వెనక్కి తీసుకొద్దాము. నెమ్మదిగా మళ్ళీ మన సహస్రారం పైకి తీసుకొద్దాము. చిత్తం సహస్రారం మీద స్థిరపడడం బాగా అలవాటైనప్పుడు చిత్తానికి శక్తి ఏర్పడుతుంది. ఈ చిత్తశక్తితో మన చక్రాల్ని క్లియర్ చేసుకోగలుగుతాము. ఎదుటి వారి యొక్క చక్రాలను కూడా క్లియర్ చేస్తాము, చేయగలుగుతాము. చాలా చక్కటి స్థితి నెలకొనుంది. ఇంకా ఎవరికైనా ఈ స్థితి ఏర్పడి ఉండకపోతే నిరాశ చెందొద్దు. కొద్ది రోజులు చక్రాలన్నింటినీ కూడా శుద్ధి చేసుకోవడం ద్వారా మన చక్రాలన్నీ తెరవబడతాయి. మన కుండలిని యొక్క మరిన్ని పోగులు సహస్రారానికి చేరి అప్రయత్నంగా మనము ఈ ఆనంద స్థితిలోకి చేరుకోగలుగుతాం. కేవలము అమ్మ పట్ల ప్రేమ, అనన్యమైనటువంటి భక్తి శ్రద్ధలు కలిగి ఉండి అమ్మ ఎదుట చేతులు పెట్టి ఉంచినంత మాత్రాన్ని మనము అప్రయత్నంగా ఈ ధ్యానంలోకి మనం చేరుకోగలుగుతాము. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఇదే స్థితిలో ఉంటూ అమ్మ అమృతవాణి విందాము.
Today we have decided to have a Vishnu Maya Puja. In this context, one has to know who is this Vishnu Maya and what is her, you can call it mythological but a historical relationship. I have told you that America is the country of Sri Krishna. And he is Kubera as well as he is Yama. Because he is Kubera, people have got their affluence. They are rich people, they have money more than anywhere else. But if you do not remember that you have to have balance, and that Sri Krishna's power is of Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi principle is such that where seeking is important. Vishnu principle is there when Shri Lakshmi is his power. After getting the Lakshmi up to a certain point, then you jump into a new awareness or a new sort of a seeking, which is the seeking of the spirit, where the Mahalakshmi principle starts, the central part. That far, of course, in America, it started, the Mahalakshmi principle. But people did not know, they had no discretion to know which way to go for their seeking. And so many got enamored by false advertisements, but all kinds of promises, claims and things. And I came here a long time back at that moment where I knew that the seeking now is showing results, and that all the people from all over the world will try to come down here because there was a market for them. And their marketing will start in such a manner that these people who are used to marketing will fall into it. I came, I tried, I told them, just call people. So, this is exactly what happened in America. That I came here, I think I was the first to arrive. I warned them, I told them names of the people who will be doing all this kind of work. Also I told them what were they in their last lives, what kind of a thing they did, what kind of work they did, what are their negative powers, and how they try to manipulate. But nobody would listen to me. Because these people found out that the weaknesses of Americans, if you can pamper them, pamper their ego, and tell them that this is something very important, that you should do something that is very superficial, but something looks fantastic. As I told you that they said you can fly 3 feet height. And the Americans took to it. All such absurd ideas they took to it, because they thought it was something new, something different. And they wouldn't listen to me because I said I won't take money. And they told me very clearly that nobody will understand you if you don't take money. So I said, how much will you pay me? It is so invaluable. How much money are you going to pay me? And they had no answer. So those people who were still money oriented, so the Mahalakshmi principle was not in them to understand that if you have to seek the truth, you cannot pay for it. They couldn't understand that. And that is how they had to go through all this circle of facing all kinds of false gurus, all types, all superficial things. Ultimately, now, I think, first year I feel everything has come up very well. But one of the chakras of this Vishuddhi is, as you know, very important, is the left Vishuddhi. And the left Vishuddhi is the center. If it is caught up, you get angina, you get spondylitis, and also you get lethargic organs. So this left Vishuddhi has been a sort of a fashion with the Western people. Maybe because of Christianity, where you have to confess and you have to say you are a sinner and you are a born sinner or original sinner, all kinds of things. So as you are branded as sinner, you see, you always felt guilty. And that guilt was built in the left Vishuddhi. I think this is one of the greatest drawbacks even today, that people in America feel extremely guilty for very small things, because they have no confidence in themselves. Firstly, they think that we are a very young nation, we had no tradition, basically. They may look arrogant, they may look to be very show-offs, but basically inside they feel that we have had no tradition. We are a very young nation. Like they think that the English are too over sophisticated, or the French are very sophisticated, and we are not compared to them, we are primitive. This kind of a funny ideas there. And because of this, you see, they tried to make up. And to make it up, the path they followed ended up into all kinds of things, and it built up a very huge left Vishuddhi in them. That's why Americans are having so many problems of the left Vishuddhi. First of all, this center catches when you do not want to face your mistakes. I have committed the mistakes, all right, I have committed it, now I am not going to do it, and why I committed and why it happened, just face it. They don't want to. They will feel guilty that we have done this or put it here. Like they go on amassing like very black clouds of guilt. Then this Vishnu Maya, who is the thunder, we can call, who is the electrical charge which is liberated by the friction of these black clouds, which actually is a catalyst for rain. It's a catalyst for rain. This start acting on such people. That is, they suddenly get a shock. They become extremely sensitive people. They get nervous. And this nervousness makes them think, why are we nervous? What is the problem? Like the exposure of their guilt comes through the Vishnu Maya power. Now I have to tell you about also the origin of Vishnu Maya, which is very interesting. Vishnu Maya was the sister of Shri Krishna, who was born after Shri Krishna was born. Actually, she was not his own sister, but she was the daughter of Nanda. And when Shri Krishna was taken over and was put in the care of Nand and Yashoda, they gave their own daughter in his place. And the father of Shri Krishna brought it back. So, when Kansa came, the uncle, you all know about the story, to ask about the 8th child, they said, this is the child. He said, but this is not a man, this is a woman. He took the child in his hand and did like this and threw it in the sky. And there she went, and there she announced that Sri Krishna is already incarnated, he is living, and he is your killer. So she is the announcer. She is the announcer of the incarnations. She is the announcer of something good that is going to happen. Also she is the one who can burn things which are not spiritually all right. At the time of Mahabharata, she was born as Draupadi. And this Draupadi was the sister of Sri Rama. And when, as you know in Mahabharata, all of you know the story of Mahabharata, I need not tell that, Duryodhana tried to take out her clothes. Then she called for Krishna. First she said, Kri, she had put her teeth like this. Till she said Krishna, it was there. Because she was thinking, if she says Shna, the thing will fall down and she will become exposed. As soon as she said Krishna, the thing fell down. And that's the time Shri Krishna came all the way from Dwarika. And Tulsidas ji has described it very well in Hindi language. Dwarika me shora bhayo. In Dwarika, there was a big noise, you can call it, or what, I don't know. Shora bhayo bhari. Tremendous, what you call, the thunder, you can call it. Because she was the one who is responsible for thunder. Shora bhayo bhari, shankha, chakra, gada, padma, garuda lai sidhari. With the shankha, with chakra, with garuda, with padma. All of them, he came on the garuda. With all his weapons, he came on a garuda to help her. He started supplying the saris to her, and this Duryodhana Dushasana did that, got absolutely tired and he fell on the ground. So now here Vishnu Maya is the one who is the virgin. Not only that she is a virgin, but she exists in all the 5 elements. As shown that she married 5 Pandavas. And that this power of virginity in her used to expose people to the dangers of these horrible Kauravas who were going to rule and destroy the dharma. So she stood back. And she's the one who said that you have to fight. You have to fight for dharma, whatever may happen. And Krishna always supported her. So as a brother, Shri Krishna supported her. So the relationship between brother and sister are very important in India. Also should be with Sajogis, because we have Rakhi Bandhan, we also have what you call the Bhaiya Dij, where on Diwali day we tie up a Rakhi to the brother. Now this Rakhi is nothing but the Vishnu Maya's power, which protects the brother. Actually there the brother protected her, and now the sister's love protects the brother. So the relationship between brother and sister is much more important than any other relationship, because it's so pure, it's so protective, it's so loving, and also it is of an equal age. For example, between the parents and the children cannot be that. Or say between the grandparents and the children can be quite imbalanced also. But between the brother and sister, they are the same age group, same understanding. And this relationship is maintained by this Vishnu Maya. We have a very good incident of that in India, which I must tell you how this Rakhi Bandhan or this relationship between brother and sister is respected. I mean, nobody will believe, because in these countries where there is no relationship which is respected, we won't understand. But when Alexander the Great came to India, he conquered our country quite a lot. But there was one king, Puru, who defeated him and put him in jail. Alexander had married an Indian lady. So it was the day of this Rakhi Purnima. She put one Rakhi in one plate and covered it up and sent it to this king. So they said, a Rakhi has come. So the king said, all right, tie up the Rakhi. He didn't know whose Rakhi it was. When it was tied, he said, whose Rakhi it was? He said, your sister's. Who is my sister? She is the wife of this king, Alexander. Oh my God, how could I do such a thing? He is my brother-in-law. He immediately went to the jail and prostrated before him. He said, I'm sorry. This is the graciousness, you understand. How could I be so stupid as to arrest you? Alexander was flabbergasted. He couldn't understand his reaction. He said, what's this going on? And he said that, now, I ask for your forgiveness, and please come out with great pomp and show, with ornaments for his sister and all that. He sent the brother-in-law home. Now this Alexander could not understand. He went in and his wife was smiling. He said, what's the matter? How am I here? She said, do you know, I have saved you with one thread. She showed him a Rakhi. With this thread you saved me, how? She said, you know what is today is a day when a sister can tie this to a brother, and the brother has to do what sister wants. So I said, I sent it to this Puru, the king, and he has released you. Alexander thought, what sort of people these Indians are? On one thread they release such an enemy like me. How can I rule these people? They'll put me out any time, so symbolic they are. He said, all right, I'm sorry. He took one fellow called Vardai, Chanda Vardai, took him down. He was a poet with him. And he said, now you write poetry, because Indians are very subtle people. You know, I can't understand. How can they release such a horrible enemy like me only on a thread? Such trust, such understanding of a brother for a sister. And the sister has to keep the trust also. So now when we go deeper into it and see for ourselves our Vishuddhi problems is this, that we always try in the West to feel guilty and get out of our mistakes. For small things feel guilty, people. Because the norms in the Western life are so rigid, like if you put a spoon on the other side, finished. I mean, what does it matter? You can take it on this side and eat it. If you spill some coffee, then that guilt will last all your life. After all, coffee is to be spilled. If it is hot, it can happen, some accident can take place. And the guilt business is so great that nobody corrects oneself, just go on feeling guilty, 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 guilty. And all the subtleties of life you start missing. In Sahaja Yoga especially, to feel guilty means all your left side is caught up. You cannot feel the vibrations properly because this is the cervical nerve on which your guilt is sitting and is just clamping it. You cannot feel the left side. You start catching on the left side till you receive some sort of a horrible disease. Then you realize the subtler part of this Vishnu Maya is that she knows the truth. When she shines, you can see everything. Even for a short time, she exposes in the darkness everything. In the same way, when Vishnu Maya starts acting on you, then she exposes the truth to you. But supposing you continue with your left Vishuddhi too much, then she just disappears. She is not there to correct you, to help you in any way, or to expose you. Then you don't feel anything. You become numb on the left side. Absolutely numb on the left side. And the left side is the indicator of all kinds of left side diseases. This is one of the reasons that we have the maximum number of left-sided diseases in the West than in India. Indian diseases are from right side, while the left-sided diseases come from this left Vishuddhi. So to feel guilty itself is wrong and is a mythical thing. Now you feel guilty for something. What's the use of feeling guilty? It's just a myth. It's an empty thing you are carrying upon yourself. No use feeling guilty. If you think you have done something wrong, just face it. That I have done this wrong and I will not do it again. But if you feel guilty, then you see it's like a stored up stuff there. And then again you do the same mistake. Again you do the same mistake. And you become immune. Immunity you develop. Then we start not even feeling that it is wrong. People do wrong things even without thinking that it is wrong. Even that consciousness, or you can say that alertness, is finished. Then you think, what's wrong? For anything, this is a very good answer. What's wrong? It's like a drunkard. He starts drinking. First he feels, oh, I should not have drunk. Then he starts little bit more, then little bit more, little bit more. Ultimately he says, what's wrong? If I am drinking, it's perfect. Anything that kind starts with left Vishuddhi. Because we do not face mistake. True that in I've done mistake. So because this I know underneath this servant there is somebody who is very guilty. They are actually here very collective also, very collective. In the sense they will be worried about Vietnam, Korea, everything. Anything happens in the world, they are worried about. They are the ones who started UN and every sort of thing. Everything is there. But despite all that, this guilt business makes them very insensitive. Very insensitive to things which are reality. Anything which is negative, they should face that thing as negative that they don't face. They will support a country which is despotic, despite the fact they are a democratic country. All such things, not in politics, but also in day-to-day life. Then the whole thing becomes such a lifestyle. It becomes a lifestyle, the whole thing becomes collective. Nobody ever can come and say that this is something we are doing wrong and we should stop it. If somebody says that, they say he's mad, he's no good. For Freud, I was telling you that Freud was denounced by many people and people gave some papers, everything happened, but nobody would listen to them. And the same thing happened with Sahaja also. They would not listen to me because they have developed an immunity against reality. In everything, whatever is real, they become immune. They don't want to face it. That's too much. Much too much for me. With this kind of an attitude, they had to work out something else, and in that they have gone to the right side. With that, they have developed all kind of machinery, science, all this, everything. But science is not conclusive. It cannot give you the totality, it cannot give the reality. So, this Vishnu Maya shows her strength. She does lots of things by which people are frightened. She can enter into any element. She can permeate. Supposing she enters into a water element, she can create a typhoon. She can create any kind of disaster. She can enter into Mother Earth and she can create a earthquake. She can do anything because she has a power to enter into anything. You know that she can enter into Mother Earth very easily. She can enter into water very easily. And when she gets into it, she becomes the catalyst. And all these problems that you are facing today in America are because of left Vishuddhi. Because of Vishnu Maya. I am happy today's program has been arranged for Vishnu Maya. Because this is the power which you Sahajogis should be able to harness and should be able to worship. So that she sees all of you there and she looks after you and she maintains your life and looks after. Now the most difficult thing is to convince people in America that money is not everything. You may have any amount of money, you may have any amount of so-called pleasures, everything, but still you can never be satisfied and you can never be at peace with yourself and you cannot generate peace. Money cannot replace reality. It's just there. Now, the problem is that people become so addicted to this money that all value systems start flowing down. I was surprised. I knew somebody here who took his own sister for prostitution. So I said, what's this? What are you doing? What's wrong? We'll get money. So whatever can get money, they indulge into. So there's no chastity, which is the basics, which is the foundation of human beings. As a result, when you insult this virginity of Vishnu Maya, then the Maya means her play is that you get AIDS, you get all kinds of other diseases which are incurable and which are what you can call as the secret diseases. Because she is the virgin and because she respects the virginity, and those who go against, not that virginity is meant only for women, also meant for men. Because everybody has here left Vishuddhi. Here the idea is that only the virginity is word used for women only. It's not. Even the men who do not respect their virginity, their chastity, are attacked by Vishnu Maya in different ways. I am not surprised that Los Angeles, they say, is in danger all the time. Because of your cinemas, you produce all these things you produce. Of course, now with the Sahaja Yoga being established very well in Los Angeles, things may be averted. But still, it's very dangerous.
జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. కొద్దిసేపు నిశ్శబ్ద ధ్యానంలో ఉందాము. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. కళ్ళు తెరిచి శ్రీ మాతాజీ దివ్య శ్రీ చరణాల్ని దర్శిస్తూ 2 చేతులు జోడించి అమ్మకి కృతజ్ఞతాభివందనాలు చెబుదాము. అమ్మ పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఏతత్ ధ్యాన ఫలాన్ని మీ దివ్య శ్రీ చరణాలకు సమర్పించుకుంటున్నాం తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఈరోజు ధ్యానంలో ఇంతటి ఆనందాన్ని ప్రసాదించినందులకు, మాకు మీ ప్రవచనం ద్వారా జ్ఞానాన్ని ప్రసాదించినందులకు అనేక వేల హృదయపూర్వక కృతజ్ఞతలు, ధన్యవాదములు తల్లి. అమ్మా, ఈ ధ్యాన కార్యక్రమంలో మా వల్లైనా తెలిసి తెలియక పొరపాట్లు జరిగి ఉంటే దయతో మన్నించండి అమ్మా. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయ ఉంచి మమ్ములను, యావత్ విశ్వాన్ని దయతో ఆశీర్వదించండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీకు మా అందరి యొక్క హృదయపూర్వకమైన అనంతమైన సహస్ర కోటి ప్రణామములు తల్లి. కలెక్టివ్ బంధన్ తీసుకుందాం. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఈ ధ్యాన కార్యక్రమం ఇంతటితో ముగిసింది. తిరిగి సాయంకాల ధ్యానంలో మళ్ళీ కలుసుకుందాము. అందరికీ ఈ రోజంతా కూడా మంగళమయంగా, శుభమయంగా జరగాలని హృదయపూర్వకంగా ఆశిస్తున్నాను. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. కొద్దిసేపు సహజ సంగీతాన్ని వింటూ ధ్యానంలో కొనసాగుదాము అవకాశం ఉన్నవారు.